Hi, I'm Mahabubul Alam from PayState. I work on quantum computing under the supervision of Dr. Swarup Ghosh. Today, I'm going to present our work on circuit compilation methodologies for quantum approximate optimization algorithm or QAA that is going to appear in Micro 2020 proceedings. For this presentation, I'll discuss briefly about QAA and the flexibilities provided by QAA workloads. Then, I'll discuss our proposals to manipulate these flexibilities for aggressive circuit optimization. At the end, I'll summarize the results that we have obtained by integrating these methodologies in a state-of-the-art quantum circuit compiler, Qiskit, from IBM. QA is one of the most promising quantum algorithms in the NISQ era to solve combinatorial optimization problems without error correction. As error correction can be prohibitively expensive, QA is expected to drive useful quantum application development in the near future. In QA, a quantum processor and a classical processor works together to optimize the parameters of a parameterized quantum circuit or PQC. The PQC requires many 2-qubit C-phase operations followed by single-qubit rotations. These C-phase operations are also referred to as ZZ interactions in the literature. The structure can be extended to multiple levels through repetition. QA circuits are much flexible compared to other quantum circuits, and therefore it offers more scope for optimization. First, within each QA level, the C-phase operations are commutative. In other words, we can change the order of execution of these C-phase operations without affecting the output state of the circuit. Second, within a level, the number of C-phase operations between any two logical qubit is either 1 or 0. For a P-level QA circuit, the number of C-phase operations is P or 0. Existing compilers such as Qiskit from IBM do not take advantage of these unique properties. Quantum circuit compilation techniques have been explored extensively in the past few years. Most existing state-of-the-art compilers follow a similar strategy. First, the circuit is partitioned into multiple layers. Each layer consists of concurrently executable gates that act on different set of logical qubits. Next, a one-to-one mapping is done between the program and the hardware qubits. Later, the compiler adds necessary swap operations between circuit layers to meet the nearest neighbor coupling requirements. In the toy example shown in this slide, 4 swap operations are added to the original circuit to make it fully compliant with the hypothetical 4-qubit hardware. Note that significant qubit-to-qubit quality variation exists in practical quantum computers. The 2-qubit link success probabilities of the IBM Q16 Melbourne hardware after a calibration run is shown in this slide, which corroborates to the previous statement. A compiler can use this knowledge of qubit-to-qubit variation to enhance the quality of the compiled circuit in terms of circuit success probability. Circuit success probability is the product of individual gate success probabilities. To maintain this, to manipulate this awareness during program compilation, variation over compilation policies were first introduced by Tannu et al. In their ASP-LOS 2019 paper. These policies are useful to push most gate operations to better quality qubits. Several variation over policies have been proposed since, with demonstration of a significant improvement in the probability of successful execution of the program on target hardwares. However, existing policies do not take advantage of the flexibilities of QA workloads. In this work, we present 4 generic methodologies: integrated qubit allocation and qubit initial mapping or QM, instruction parallelization or IP, incremental compilation or IC, and variation over incremental compilation or VIC that take advantage of these properties. Our methodologies can be integrated in any conventional compiler backend. For this work, we have integrated them in Qiskit. A generic workflow to integrate them in a compiler backend is shown in this slide. The quantum program, target, hardware coupling map, hardware calibration data, and the choice of appropriate approach is taken as the input, are taken as the inputs. QM performs an initial logical to physical qubit mapping. Based on the choice provided by the user, all the inputs alongside the initial qubit mapping is passed to another procedure, IP, IC, or VIC, that uses the backend to generate the fully hardware compliant circuit. In this part of my presentation, I'll discuss briefly about our 4 proposals. QM is our first proposal, which is a heuristic for initial qubit placement of QA workloads. The objective of QM is to place interacting qubits closer to each other. It also prioritizes hardware qubits with higher connectivity in this selection procedure. Two statistical profiles of the program and the hardware are used in QM. Hardware profile holds the connectivity strength of the hardware qubits. Connectivity strength of a qubit is defined as the summation of its first and second neighbors. First neighbors are the qubits that have direct links with a given qubit. Second neighbors are the first neighbors of its first neighbors. For instance, qubit 0 in IBM Q20 Tokyo has 2 first neighbors and 5 second neighbors. Therefore, its connectivity strength is 7. The reason behind incorporating the second neighbor in connectivity strength calculation is this will be helpful to select qubits that not only has higher number of couplings, but also they are surrounded by hardware qubits with large number of couplings. Consequently, the qubit region with higher density of links will be prioritized in the following subsequent qubit placement procedure. This can potentially reduce the need for qubit movement during compilation. A more detailed discussion can be found in the published version of the paper. Program profile holds the number of C-phase operations per program qubit in the workload. The program qubits are sorted in descending order based on this statistic. Physical qubits are allocated to program qubits in this order. During placement, QM tries to place a program qubit in the neighboring hardware qubits of its already placed logical neighbors. Two program qubits are referred to as logical neighbors if they have any 2-qubit interaction in the workload. The search algorithm finds the unallocated physical qubit with the highest connectivity strength for the program qubit. If none of its logical neighbors are placed, the available hardware qubit with the highest connectivity strength is chosen. For instance, the program qubit Q0 can be allocated to either physical qubit 7 or 12, as they both have connectivity strength of 18, and none of the logical neighbors of Q0 has been placed so far. After placing Q0 to qubit 7 randomly, QM considers 6 hardware qubits to place the next logical qubit Q1. Qubit 12 is chosen as it has the highest connectivity strength among these 6 qubit, and it is at the shortest distance from qubit 7. The rest of the qubits are placed in a similar fashion in this toy example. In our second proposal, which we have termed as IP, all the C-phase operations are placed in different circuit layers to maximize gate parallelization using a binary bin packing formulation of the problem. In this work, we have used the first fit decreasing heuristic to solve the bin packing problem. This heuristic takes an ordered list of C-phase control and target pairs. The pairs are ordered based on the number of cumulative operations involving these qubits individually. This heuristic offers a first solution to the problem, which can be suboptimal at times. The minimum number of layers to accommodate all the C-phase operation is the highest number of gate operations on any logical qubit in the given QA workload. A toy example is shown in the slide with 4 C-phase operations, where 4 C-phase operations are accommodated into 2 circuit layers for a 5-qubit workload. At first, the C-phase with control target pair of 1 and 4 is set to layer 1. Next, pair 2 and 4 is placed in layer 2 as the bin 4 is already occupied in layer 1. Pair 2 and 3 and pair 1 and 5 are placed in layer 1 and layer 2 respectively in a similar fashion. After constructing these layers, the complete circuit maintaining this layer order is passed to the backend for compilation. The compiled circuits are expected to show lesser depth because of high level of parallelization. Our third proposal is IC that utilizes the knowledge of dynamic changes in logical to physical qubit mapping during compilation for further circuit optimization. Unlike IP, IC creates a partial circuit with a single layer of C-phase operation using the first fit decreasing heuristic. It uses a sorted list of C-phase operations based on the distance of the control and target qubit of every operation for the current qubit mapping. Here, distance is the shortest path length between 2 qubits in the coupling map. This sorting procedure ensures that operations that require less swaps are prioritized in the next layer formation. Thus, the need for added swap operations is reduced significantly. A toy example is shown in the slide where CFS between qubit Q0 and Q2 and CFS between qubit Q1 and Q4 are chosen to form a single layer of the circuit. This single layer circuit is compiled using the backend. The final mapping of the previous stage is used as the initial mapping for the next layer formation. Partial circuits are stitched to generate the complete hardware compliant circuit at a later stage. Our fourth approach, VIC, utilizes the knowledge of qubit to qubit variation to prioritize CFS selection that can be executed more reliably with the current mapping. For this purpose, VIC uses a weighted coupling map of the hardware where each edge weight is the inverse of the corresponding link success probability. For example, the CFS between 0 and 1 has a success probability of 0.9 in the hypothetical 6-qubit hardware shown in this slide. Therefore, the corresponding edge weight in the coupling graph will be 1 by 0.9 or 1.11. During distance measurements, the link success probability is reflected through the weights. A high reliability link path will have a shorter distance. The rest of the procedure in VIC is identical to IC. VIC can be useful when reliable hardware calibration data is available during program compilation. With our proposed methodologies, we have demonstrated up to 53% average reduction in circuit depth, 23% reduction in gate count, and 45% reduction in the compilation time compared to the existing compilation approach in Qiskit. With VIC, we have observed 62.5% improvement in the circuit success probability on average compared to IC. We also observed 25.6% average improvement in the approximation ratio of a selected set of max cut problems in practical experiments with IBM Q16 Melbourne. We have further investigated the impact of layer packing density on the quality of compilation with a hypothetical 36-qubit hardware architecture with grid connectivity. We had limited the maximum number of CFS operations that can be allowed in a single layer in IC. Note that packing limit had shown a significant impact. The depth reduced with packing limit up to a certain point and then it started to increase. For high packing density, the Qiskit backend produced circuits with larger number of added swap operations. Compilation time was smaller for high packing density. The appropriate choice of packing limit will depend on the requirements of the application, which can be an exciting research direction for the future. I have reached the end of my presentation. We would like to express our gratitude to the sponsors for their continuous support. If you are interested in our work, please attend session 2A on October 19 in Global Online Event of Micro 2020 for further discussion. If you have any questions on our work, please feel free to contact through this email. Thank you for listening.